service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Have you been accused of a crime? Is your freedom at stake? At Liberty Law Group, we are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Facing criminal charges is stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. At Liberty Law Group, we believe in treating every person with respect, compassion, and understanding. When legal troubles are keeping you up at night, trust Liberty Law Group to fight your battles. To learn more, call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Your sprinklers are watering the street or flooding your backyard. If you're on a list that doesn't exist, it's time for Judson Irrigation. At Judson Irrigation, Lee or Lacey or Judson will make an appointment. You pick the time and they'll be there to fix your sprinkler system. Now that's service, a dying art these days.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Want to contribute to medical advancements and get paid for your time? Join the clinical trial at Velocity Clinical Research. Participants can receive compensation, access medicines in development, and get study-related care at no cost. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. Help shape the future of medicine. Visit velocitytrials.com.
Vershawn Jackson, the captain here for The Body Shop. And man, did they hook me up with a great massage recently. The captain has a lot of stress in his life, as many people do. And for 1 hour, it was all relieved. The team at The Body Shop gave me a deep tissue massage that hit every area that I was in pain at. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. The Body Shop at 48th NA. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting book. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Take your internet service to new levels with Allo, your award-winning internet provider across our fiber hoods. Allo isn't just about the fastest internet available. It's about connecting you to your world, work, and play seamlessly. Our award-winning service ensures affordable, secure, and reliable connectivity, setting us apart. Ready to transform your internet experience? Experience the fiber difference today. Sign up now at allofiber.com. Allo, connecting your world.
Spring often marks the beginning of severe weather, which can lead to power outages. LES wants you to be prepared before the storm. Restock your emergency kit, update your info with LES, and if you encounter an outage, report it at les.com/report.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome in to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Welcome to the Get Your Happy On Hour show. I'm your host, Ricky C. Simmons on 93.7 The Ticket. You know, I got to give a big shout out to Matt Warner out there in Waverly, man. Empire Fencing, I really appreciate all the support you guys give me, and I really respect the work that you do. And you're good people on top of that. So keep doing big things, Empire Fence. Just know we're watching. I have a subject tonight that I have to bring up with everybody before we get the show started. And it's called Dealing with Adversity. Dealing with adversity. It's a topic that's very common. A lot of people try to do it in private. which is fine if that's your way of dealing with it. But my way of dealing with it is I put it out there and try to address it that way and talk my way through things. But adversity comes in all different shapes and forms. A lot of people look at adversity as something that only happens to bad people. No, adversity happens to everybody. Some hide it better than others. But me, myself, I like to address it. And tonight I got a guest that has been through some adversities and came out on the other side on a more positive tip. And have y'all noticed this theme of my shows? They're always about success stories, so to say.
I've noticed.
You noticed that, Ben?
I've noticed it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm about, man. I want to see as many people as possible that have success after adversity. I like for them to be known.
Feel good stories.
Feel good stories. Great way to put it. Yeah, feel good stories because
we getting our happy on.
Absolutely. That's what we do.
That's good.
Well, hey, my guest tonight is Demond Wilkinson, man. Wilkinson, hey, man, welcome to the show.
It's an honor and a pleasure at the same time.
Well, you know what, man? The reason why I wanted you on is not only for the part we're going to talk about, but I want to say publicly that you have supported me from the very beginning. And I can't thank you enough for that, because people supporting you is not easy, because let's face it, people don't always want to support.
They don't want to put a little shine on somebody else other than themselves.
Yeah, because that might, for some reason, I don't know why that is, but sometimes they feel like that's something hard to do.
And you me as well.
Yeah, well,
you've inspired me as well.
Well,
it doesn't hurt anything in my body to say that.
Well, I appreciate that, because like I said, people are real quick to tell you when you're making mistakes.
Yeah.
But when you're doing some good things and some productive things.
We've had those discussions, you and me, before, and I say it every other day. Nobody can throw me under the bus like myself.
Oh man, I keep tire tracks on my back.
Oh man, you can't tell me what I did when I did it, because I was the first one there. I was the first one to know.
Right. Yeah. and if you don't know, I don't know how they can know.
I was the first one there. I know exactly what I did. Yeah.
Well, you know, Demond, I'm gonna say this, man. I want to just take everybody back for a minute.
Let's go.
You grew up in Lincoln?
I am homegrown, born and raised right here in Lincoln, Nebraska.
And growing up in Lincoln, man, what was that like for you?
I had a great childhood, man. Mm-hmm. I grew up. Some call it T-Town. We called it the north side, or the hood, and that would be anything north of O Street, maybe out to Cornhusker, maybe from 18th Street to 34th. That was my area. Okay. Some of the best times of my life in my neighborhood. Of course, we saw things. We saw things, we heard things, but never really letting it influence me. I guess I could say I was a good kid. You might have to interview my mom on that.
I know your mother.
I think I was cool.
Hey, Mom, if you're listening, I might have to have a question or two for you on that one.
Yeah, I had a couple run-ins with it, here and there. But yeah, I think I was a good kid, good student. No problems in school or anything. I think it was when I got to the age of about 16. That's when I started dipping off into the back alleys of those neighborhoods.
Gotcha.
Like they say, jumped off the porch.
Yeah, you. That's when I call it, you became a genius.
Yeah. I knew it all, and I was going to do it all. Yeah. I knew it all, and I was going to do it all.
Well, you're not the only one that's had that experience. I have a lot of familiarity with being a genius. So,
yeah.
So I can spot a genius too.
Yeah. That's what it is. You can't slick a can of oil. Exactly. I see you coming towards me.
Right.
We're probably thinking the same thing at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah. My judge of character is pretty A1 as far as that.
So, high school.
High school in the 90s.
Which high school?
I went to Lincoln High.
What?
Lincoln High, the high, as we call it.
The high?
The high.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
okay.
The high. Hey, that was a 90s thing.
Let me say this before you go further. Ben, listen to this. Everybody from Lincoln High are very proud people.
Yes, sir. I say it every. Lincoln High got me ready for the world.
Gotcha.
got me ready for the world.
Now, your time in Lincoln High, I'm sure you were productive for the most part.
I wanted to be.
Wanted to be. I got you.
I wanted to be, but my dad used to tell me I suffered from Jekyll and Hyde syndrome.
Gotcha.
Where I was Mr. Ball player during the day, but at night I'm riding with the homies.
Yeah, right, right.
And by the time that decision came to me to be made, it was already too late.
Gotcha.
I was 16 years old, supposed to be a sophomore in high school, and I'm on a murder charge.
Wow.
Of course, I didn't do it, but names, how names just get mixed up in mixes. And I was charged with murder all the way to the preliminary hearing until it was dismissed. At 16 years old, lost all my offers, lost everything, lost the desire to even go to school. Just, I'm in the life now.
Right.
Like it's real for me now.
Yes.
So
you actually got the street cred.
Yeah, I graduated to that other school. The SOHK, School of Hard Knocks. I graduated from Lincoln High to that high school.
Gotcha. Now, when you got into this lifestyle, I know this is probably an unfair question, but I just got to ask.
You know what I mean? Open book, man.
Yeah.
Open book.
When you got into this lifestyle, did you like it?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. And again, I remember my dad asking me one time, and this is where I think my dad thought I was kind of touched in the head, where he asked me, you ain't never met a fight you didn't like? And I was actually going to answer him. And he was like, I didn't want to answer. I was like, I didn't want to answer. He's looking at me like, I'm like, oh man, I think my dad thinks I'm crazy now. But yeah, I did. Yeah. I did. And like I said, this is the 90s. This is the early 90s when,
right,
the fire was really hot. So, we had the music, the movies, but, for me, it was real life. I was seeing these dudes. I saw that migration from California come through the Midwest, and we're meeting these dudes and we're seeing these dudes. And I'm like, I'm fitting in very well with these guys, better than I did in school.
Right.
Better than I did with any coach or any teammate.
So sports basically just took a backseat.
That was out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was out the door. And not to even mention, I had already had two sons in high school. So
gotcha.
It was, that the basketball thing really wasn't looking too real to me at that point anymore.
Well, see, that's the thing, and I want everybody to understand that we're talking about life. Everybody wants to see the perfect life, but I'm not real sure that's realistic. Maybe it is for some people, but I never had the perfect life. And it wasn't nobody's fault but my own. Exactly. See, that's the one thing about me. I'm not blaming nobody. I've heard people say, well, I grew up in this certain area.
No. I had both parents in the house. Great parents. My mom and my dad. My dad, rest in peace, he's been gone 12 years now. I had great parents.
Yeah.
Dad's college educated. Mom was a housewife. So that I didn't have to sell drugs, sell marijuana, nothing. I was the only boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So I was almost an only child. I got anything and everything I wanted from my mom.
Right,
right. Yeah, so that there was.
I was just getting ready to say that because I'm thinking, man, you don't fit the stereotype.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. And later on in life, I that really when it started making sense to me, I was like, oh man. Yeah.
So doing this, it led you down a path. That you
a few of them,
but it led you down one path that got you involved with the criminal justice system.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Yep.
You want to tell me about that?
Yeah. Around about 1998, 99. Ended up I ended up hurting some people. Ended up going to prison the first time. I think I was 21 years old.
Gotcha.
7 to 13 years, which might as well been a life sentence at 21 years old. I'm like, and to hear that, I can still hear it to this day in slow motion. 7 to 30. Like, what?
Yeah.
What did she just say? Months?
Yeah. No, years, young man. Years.
I'm only 21. I think I even said that out loud. Like, I'm only 21.
Yeah. But they treated you as an adult.
As an adult, I was, you out there, you off the porch. So
yeah, you acting like an adult. And you're doing adult things.
You're doing adult things. So I find myself. Well, first I'll stop at D&E because that's where you got to go first.
Correct.
And that's where it got real.
Yeah.
For me, and I had stints in jail. You hear doors slamming in there, but when you're in prison, those doors are thicker and heavier.
Yeah.
It sounds different.
And the funny thing about that, they don't give you keys to
they
those
don't
doors.
give you keys to those doors, and they might forget about you for 24 hours in here, man.
You could get lost in there.
Oh my God, yeah, 21 years old, and I'm seeing dudes. I remember, I watched the news. I'm like, no, that's I'm in.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you're in here with some guys you done seen on TV.
And psychologically going in, you see the movies and all that. So I think, okay, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna be good and I'll get out. And that don't work like that.
Right.
Your reputation follows you everywhere.
Oh yeah. Everybody know your name.
Yeah. So you get there and you try to grow angel wings, as they say, and people are like, no,
come on over here.
You gotta come on over here with us.
we already know
we know who
background.
you are. You gotta come over here with us, and I find myself highly active in there.
Right, gotcha.
Even most times much worse than on the streets. On the streets you can run, you can get away, you can get out of there.
Right.
In there, if you're here 5, 10, 15 years, you're going to see these dudes 5, 10, 15 years.
Yeah. Because you're not the only one in there doing that kind
You're
of
not
time.
the only one in here. There's all kinds of different little sets here and there, and find myself highly active in there. And again, I start liking it.
Yeah.
It's like, why do I fit so well in
these environments?
Yeah. So again, I'm 21 years old. I'm 2-3 years in, and I'm like, hey man, this ain't so bad.
Right. Yeah.
I can do this.
I really don't understand why we, and I'm gonna say we. Yeah, because I'm just as guilty as you on this one, but I don't know why we were so comfortable in such a very unique situation that was not productive nor positive. I still haven't quite figured that.
It's just one I just cannot wrap my mind around.
Yeah.
It's just.
And we're talking about this, everybody, is because we want you to understand, if you have not been in that situation, that's a good thing. And we don't wish this on anyone. But what we're doing is we're eliminating I didn't know as an excuse. Because first of all, neither one of us has anything to gain by lying about that.
Nah, none at all.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing beneficial in lying about being incarcerated.
None.
I'm very, very honored, man, to say that even though you did that and you survived it.
Yeah.
That's the most
it sends shivers down my spine sometimes.
Yeah.
How, and because being there 3 different times, 3 different numbers.
Correct.
519-665-701-68358.
Yeah.
3 different times.
Yeah, you was making sure you understood. Huh?
Yeah, I was making sure I understood. And just the third time I was in there, I had me and my wife, we kind of just off-kilter conversation this morning, was talking about it. And I always talk about it, how my third time I beat the habitual criminal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over 30 years old now, where I started when I was 20 something, early 20s. Now I'm in my 30s.
Right.
I bonded out, so I got sentenced off of the streets because I knew.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Right.
And I find myself in Tecumseh. Oh,
been there, done that.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is what they say.
Yeah. Tecumseh is a very unique place.
It is what they say. Find myself in Tecumseh, and that next morning. Now, mind you, I had been sentenced from the streets, right? So I'm still smelling like the bricks, as they would say.
Yes.
and it was pancakes the next morning. You know what that is. Money's being exchanged in there, you know.
Yeah, right.
That's money's being exchanged in there that day. And
before you go any further, explain that simple concept to people when you say money is being exchanged.
Trade, 2-for-1s. It's currency. Like, you don't get them often, and they're real. There's no way you can. Well, I'm pretty sure there's a way you can fake pancakes, but they're real.
Yeah.
They're going to be sizable, you know, and who doesn't like pancakes?
Right.
You know, I've seen there's been people hurt
over pancakes,
over them flapjacks. Not eggs, not toast, but flapjacks.
I got you.
You know, and they crack the doors in there 5, 6 in the morning, and it still kind of shakes me up to this day to think about how fast I got back into prison mode.
Yeah.
From coming from the streets.
Oh,
like, and I remember, and you know, in Tecumseh, you know, they call it clockwork. Like, you can't stop walking. You stop walking. If you're talking to more than 3 people, it's gang activity.
Correct.
And I'm saying this out loud to myself. So, you know, the COs, everybody's looking at me like, oh, he's losing it. He just got here. He's already losing. And I say, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I've always had spirituality, you know, I've always had that in me, but this ain't that kind of story. I was just done. I was tired.
Right.
I'm 33 years old. This is my 3rd time in prison. It has to be, this is over. I made that decision right there, freezing on the Tecumseh yard, going to get these flapjacks. I'm done.
Now, when you got released and you had already made the decision that you were done, you know, the work really just starts when you get out.
That's the easy part, right?
Yeah,
it's easy to say all that in there.
Yeah, in there, everybody's done.
Yeah, everybody's done.
Yeah, everybody's done.
Innocent.
Yeah, I'm
getting out next week.
Yeah, and I'm not doing this ever again.
Yeah.
I'm better than this. Yeah. All this. You're saying all the right.
Said all of that. Yeah.
But then when you actually get your freedom back,
with no parole.
They
gave me a flat 5, which was rare.
Yeah.
So
you did your number.
I did my number.
Yeah.
And I've been on parole. You know, my first number I violated after 29 days.
Yeah. Yeah. Parole and probation, those things never work.
It never worked. I'm 50%. I think I completed once. And
yeah. Well, you got me beat on that one. I matter of fact, I remember once getting that opportunity, I had a choice. I can take the probation or the time. I took the time because probation and I just weren't friends.
That goes back to why are we so comfortable in those situations?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Because any other normal person would say, my freedom.
Yeah, give me probation. At least I get to go home today.
At least I go home today.
Yeah,
right?
You know, but it was a different mindset. But when you got your freedom back, man, you made a major change in your life, man. Can you tell us about that?
Well, I made several, but the first one was to be done, to change my environment. And that meant places, people, and things.
Mm-hmm.
I just gotta get rid of it. And I caught some hate, some family, some friends.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
sometimes family can be worse than friends.
Yeah, and that hurt, you know, because I had never placed any feelings like that towards my family. So that kind of hurt. But at the same time, I always knew my power and my will.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was messing up, I was one of the best.
Oh yeah.
I just told my son that the other day, man, I was one of the best as far as when it came to messing up.
Oh yeah. Well, I always tell people like this. I have a PhD in making mistakes.
Yeah. So did I.
Yeah,
so let's just transfer that energy.
Right. Right.
And be the guy you were supposed to be.
Well, you know what? I think we're going to take a quick break. And then we're going to come right back. And then we're going to start talking about the positive things that has happened in your life. I had to put everything out there first. Don't y'all go anywhere. We're on 93.7 The Ticket. It's to Get You Happy on Hour. We'll be right back.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
If you're looking for a pre-owned tractor to upgrade your operation this year, you'll find a wide selection at your local Landmark Implement. We'll work with you to find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you. All backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. During the month of June, get financing as low as 3.9% for up to 72 months on model year 21 through 23 wheeled 8R tractors. Visit landmarkimp.com to see our complete inventory or stop by your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Have you been accused of a crime? Is your freedom at stake? At Liberty Law Group, we are committed to the defense of liberty for those accused. Facing the court is stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. At Liberty Law Group, we believe in treating every person with respect, compassion, and understanding. When legal troubles are keeping you up, trust Liberty Law Group to fight your battles. To learn more, call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
What's the radon level at your home? Don't know? Find out with a call to Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Make sure your home is safe with a radon check from Bryant. If you've already tested, ask Bryant for a free estimate for mitigation. Once completed, you'll get a report showing how much safer your home is. When it comes to radon, call Bryant 467-1111 for testing and mitigation. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
And we're back. 93.7 The Tickets to Get Your Happy On Hour. Woo! You know what, man? I gotta check in with old Ben over there. He's awful quiet.
Oh,
Ben, what's going on over there?
Am I being too quiet?
Yeah,
for you?
you're being too quiet tonight.
I'm sorry,
I think you're up
Ricky.
to something, man.
No.
What you got going on over there, Ben? You got any comments for me?
I got a few comments.
Okay.
Let me
see what you got. Let me see what you got.
Carla Walker said, "Powerful subject with an exclamation mark." Only one though.
One? Okay, that's good.
Just one.
We'll take that.
That means loud. Exciting.
We'll take that.
Yeah.
We'll take that.
And then
Thank you, Carla.
Theola M. Cooper said, "Greetings from Arizona." That's 2 exclamation marks with that one.
We like George and Weezy over here. We moving on up. Okay.
And then Odious Louise said, "Great show though, bro." And that one has 3 exclamation marks. So we're just moving.
Man, we
be hollering at us.
Next one needs 4.
Big bro, I appreciate you tuning in, man. You know, we try to keep these topics, man, that keep people interested. So thank you very much. And thank you, Theola and Carla. I appreciate you guys for all the support. I got to get back to my guest with this, man. You know, after you went through all of this adversity, which is what we started the show talking about, was adversity. After going through all this adversity, you came out the other side and you figured out you were done while you were inside, which I can relate to that because that's when I was done, while I was inside. But it was the 4th time down before I figured it out.
Right.
But anyway, nevertheless, we figured it out when inside and we brought it home with us. What change did you make? What kind of changes did you make when you got out this last time that got you on the path that you're on now?
I think the biggest thing for me was I lost my father probably a week and a half after
getting out.
Okay. So it was concrete after that.
Yeah.
It was etched in stone.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's forward and up.
Yeah.
From here on out.
Got to go get it and come back with it.
Because that's who my pop was.
Right.
You know, he was forward and up. Sometimes, you know, off a little bit.
Yeah. Well, he's human.
But he was always forward and up, you know. And like I said, I'm the only boy. You know, I got all sisters. So that solidified it for me. That was it. I didn't need a pep talk. There was no quote. It's just, this is it now.
Yeah.
This is it.
Well, you know, I got to say this to you, man. I'm privileged to know the progress that you've made, but I want the audience to understand the steps you've made. And you got out, and is that when you went into what you're doing now? What did you do?
Well, I had a decision to make, you know, being in prison, you know, you working out every day. I think I got up to like 220.
Okay.
I'm probably walking around at 180 now. So I'm getting all the magazines, I'm getting all the books, I'm reading all the articles. I thought I was going to be able to get out and be a personal trainer, but nope.
Didn't work. Okay. You also changed your eating style.
I did. Again, my pop was a professional chef, man. There wasn't anything that this dude didn't eat. I've seen it all.
Okay.
From octopus, anything that flies, swims, crawls, my dad would make it. And just to keep it honest, man, he had a terrible diet. And ultimately that's what killed him.
Gotcha.
And I knew then, you know, I had to make a change. I wasn't really a big meat eater anyway growing up.
Right.
You know, growing up, half of my family being in Venice, and, you know, so that was always kind of the deal anyway. So it was a really easy transition for me, especially being a picky eater anyway.
Right.
I didn't eat McDonald's for the first time, and I was in my 40s.
Wow.
I'm not never was a fast food eater. And so I've been so used to eating once a day probably since I was 16. So
yeah.
you know, it wasn't a hard transition for me anyway.
You was having the same problem Ben has now.
Yeah. I mean,
Ben's allergic to eating, y'all.
I guess you can say that. Yeah.
Now, when you say you made this change in diet, what did you become?
First we became vegan.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep it real. And we were vegan probably about 6 years.
Okay.
Until we figured out a lot of those packages that they sell in the grocery stores, they say vegan on them, but it could be made out of turtle shells. Not plants. You can crush up this bottle and add some ingredients to it and say it's vegan because it's not meat. So I had to research that and had to switch my whole thing around. And now we've been plant-based now probably for the past 5 years.
Okay.
Where it's just strictly plants. I'm on a I won't call it a vegetable fast, but yeah, I eat vegetables breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Gotcha. So doing this this change of diet, how was that, man? Because that that's not the easiest thing to follow. I mean,
I will admit there was some trial and error. There were some days where I thought I'm about to die, or I'm about to pass out. Like, why am I seeing like little yellow and pink stars and orange moons and pink clovers? I'm like, I see all the Lucky Charms. Where we weren't, we took that meat and all that out of our diet, so we had to go get our vitamins and our protein and our vitamin D and our vitamin B and our B12 for energy. Like my wife, there's good witches and there's bad witches. My wife is a good witch.
I gotcha.
Like
Gotcha.
She'll heal you up.
Gotcha.
We got elixir. We got stuff in the cabinet right now, man. That's 200-300 years ago. You go pick that plant, pick this plant, pick that plant. You mix it up, and there's your medicine.
Yeah, voila.
There you go. But that's a whole nother story there.
But once you got on this change of diet, how'd you feel?
I felt great. A lot of people think me and my wife are crazy, but I think a lot of plant-based people will raise their hands to this. It's almost like I felt my body thanking me literally after 2 weeks.
Gotcha.
Like I'm still a napper, but like let's take Thanksgiving for instance. Everybody falls asleep after they eat. Like at night, me and my wife, if we want a snack, we gotta snack lightly, because if we eat now, it's literally fuel for us. And I'll be up at 3 o'clock in the morning riding my bike around downtown.
Yeah.
Where most people, when they eat, they conk out.
Right.
It's totally. It's. I could explain so much further, but it gets deeper than that.
Yeah, well, I seen one of your snacks. You had a bowl of blueberries.
My favorite.
I said, he getting it in tonight.
My favorite.
Well, hey, the thing is, I always want to give credit where credit's due, and the fact that you got out and you turned your life around, you corrected your diet, and then you started a profession.
Yes.
You want to tell us about that?
I've been playing around with the Clippers probably since I was about 15.
Gotcha.
I had an auntie that was, I called her the Renaissance woman. There wasn't nothing this woman couldn't do. And this was in the 90s. You remember the Yo MTV rap show?
Yes.
Well, we couldn't afford the big rope chains, and the sneakers all the time, but we could go get that haircut.
Yes.
And I knew my auntie cut hair, so she cut my and she gave me the Big Daddy Kane haircut. Like I had Big Daddy Kane's haircut. You know what I mean? I'm like she hooked me up, man. I'm like, my auntie did this, man. So I'm over her house probably like every other day, maybe trying to get touched up until one day she opened the door and she just handed me the box of clippers and all the equipment and slammed the door on me.
Like, you go learn.
Go learn. And I took it and I ran with it. Professionally, I've been cutting now probably 13 years.
Okay. And you are self-employed?
Self-employed, my wife and I, yep.
Yep. And what's the name of your shop?
Skinny D's Barbershop.
Skinny D's Barbershop. Where are you located?
727 South 9th Street.
South 9th Street. So y'all heard that. This man is in business.
Yes.
And he does amazing work. And big shout out to your wife, man. I mean,
she's a great woman.
Yeah, she's been very supportive of me as well, too. And I want her to know that I ain't forgot her.
Small but mighty.
Yeah, I appreciate you, young lady. You keep doing big things. Now, you got some other hobbies too, man.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
you
I
got
do.
some hobbies.
And that's those are some of the things, that keep my mind
occupied.
These are actually actually things that I used to think of in prison.
Yeah,
I just want to ride a bike.
Yeah.
I loved RC cars when I was 8, 9, 10 years old. I had a closet full of them. These are things for years I used to just lay in my rack and just be like, man, I could be somewhere RCing right now.
Yeah, yeah.
And COVID hit. I went and got one. Wasn't fast enough. I went and got another one. It wasn't big enough. Went and got it. Now I think I'm 20 in on the collection now.
Wow.
My biggest one probably weighs about 60 pounds.
I've seen you put cameras on them bad boys.
Oh yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. I just said this the other day. My 10-year-old self would be so proud of me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now you riding bicycles.
Yes.
What brought that on though? I mean, I know you said you like doing it, but you've taken it to a new level.
As when I was young, I didn't get my license until I was 18 or 19 years old. Because I was still riding a bike.
I got you.
I used to tell all the homies, hey man, all the chicks can't see you in the car, but they can see me on this bike. I can get off the bike and put it in her trunk and we can roll, I mean, but it's the freedom of it.
Right.
You can ride down the very street you live on in your car versus your bike and you'll see it totally different. You'll see it.
Yeah, because I follow you on social media, and you be getting it in. You be all over the place on them bikes.
I've done a couple hundreds, few 50s, some 30s, a bunch of 25s. It's at 48 years old, being in prison, pumping all that iron, getting up to 220 pounds. That's the biggest I ever been in my life, and I didn't like it. I looked good, but I didn't feel good.
Right.
And at 48 years old, 180 pounds, I still got a great muscle tone. I'm still pretty active. I don't need to lift weights anymore. A bicycle is a full body workout.
Yeah, well,
probably the best workout you're gonna get.
Yeah, you be getting it in. I've been checking you out. You also got another fetish that I'm familiar with, and I think they're I want to call it sneakers.
Sneakerhead, sneaker addict, soul collector. Yes.
What kind of sneakers do you collect?
All kinds.
All kinds.
I love Adidas just because of the history of it.
Yeah.
I was born in 1976. I like to tell a lot of my clients that me and hip hop are cousins. We were born in the same year.
Gotcha.
I grew up with hip hop. The first sneaker that I remember was Adidas, the stripes.
Yeah.
But the culture, was from left to right. There's from 1986, I think I started collecting sneakers.
Yeah, because you got a very extensive collection.
I am in the 300 club.
Yeah.
I just got rid of 40 pair. I donated 40 pair.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Why did you do that? Just curious.
I never wore them, and
okay.
I do it every year. It's been something I've been doing.
When you donate, who do you donate to? A certain
Cedars group? The last time.
Cedars.
Yeah, I just went and
big shout out to Cedars.
Yeah, big shout out to Cedars. And I do things, out of the kindness and the deepness of my heart. I don't look to go be necessarily interviewed for it. I didn't want to sign it. Just not. I know how this feels to get a brand new. These were brand new pairs of sneakers, and it's not a problem for me.
Right. Right.
A brand new pair of sneakers with an old T-shirt and an old pair of pants. You're still fresh.
Correct. Well, I want y'all to know that even though the first segment was based on all the bad things that we call adversity, that people go, well, not everybody, but that me and
the ones that want to talk about it.
Yeah. A lot of people want to keep that secret. Yeah. And I get it if that's what you want to do, or if that's what you feel you need to do. But I like to put it out there because sometimes people are struggling in silence. And people need to hear that it's not just them. I mean, it's real easy. Let's pick on social media for a minute.
Let's do it. Social
media has a wonderful way of showing the highlights of everybody's life.
Shows all the good. Yeah.
It's really good at that.
Yeah.
I mean, it can show you the beautiful background, the perfect outfit, the beautiful smile,
the filters.
Yeah. Oh man, social media is very
scary.
Yeah,
scary. It is scary.
It's very special. Well, hey, look, we're gonna take another quick break. Then we're gonna come back and wrap this show up. Don't y'all go anywhere. It's 93.7 The Ticket to get you happy on hour.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
If you're looking for a pre-owned tractor to upgrade your operation this year, you'll find a wide selection at your local Landmark Implement. We'll work with you to find the right equipment for your needs at a price that's right for you. All backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. During the month of June, get financing as low as 3.9% for up to 72 months on model year 21 through 23 wheeled 8R tractors. Visit landmarkimp.com to see our complete inventory or stop by your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
Hey, Nebraska! Register today for the 40th annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. Special thanks to Platinum Partner Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, delivering dependable insurance coverage for your auto, farm, and home for over 130 years. Farmers Mutual of Nebraska, always alongside you.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one. all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa,
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Problem gambling affects millions of Americans daily, of all ages and walks of life. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
And we're back. Well, man, you've shared quite a bit with us, and I just want to say thank you. Again, before I forget, I want to say thank you for coming on the show.
Honor and a pleasure.
But I also, I want you to, with the little time we have remaining, man, I want you to share what all you're doing besides your barbershop.
Just being the big homie, man.
Gotcha.
Being that big homie, like the big homies that I had, being able to reach the little homies from behind my chair. You know what I mean? I see so many little homies, day in and day out, just being able to reach them. I got some now that are starting their own families. I just went to a state patrol graduation the other day.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
Oh,
yeah.
That was a trip, man. In here with all these fuzz, man. But it was a full circle moment, man. It was a full circle moment.
It was a time when you didn't want to be in that area.
It felt great to be in there, sitting there like, you can't say nothing to me.
Yeah, and they're not looking for you.
Yeah, right. You ain't looking for me, man. But yeah, just being able to mentor, the 12s to the 20-somethings, man, and be an influence for them. Call me, man. We'll go hook up. We'll go smoke a cigar, or yeah, let me see your little girl. You just had a baby, man. Just being that big homie for the little homies.
You also do something else, man. You do a podcast?
Yes, we do a podcast, the Always Chillin' Podcast. You can catch us on wherever you can do a podcast. We've been 2 years in now.
2 years. Okay.
Shout out to the Sandman.
Big shout out, Sandman.
He's been my partner in crime now for about 2 years. He's an ex-Marine. He thinks my story is crazy. I thought his story was crazy. So we said, let's do it, and shout out to all the people that support the show, from people that have been on the inside to people that have been in the military and, they have their issues. We're just looking to see if we can help y'all, man. Call or, you can actually call us.
When do you do your podcast?
We record on Wednesdays.
Okay.
And we drop our episodes on Friday night, usually from between 8 to midnight. We just kind of drop it out there. We freestyle everything, nothing scripted.
Yeah. I think sometimes when you script stuff, it comes across like that.
Sounds like I'm reading it.
Yeah. And, and sometimes that can almost put somebody to sleep.
And I like to keep it a buck, man. There's no other way. There's no other way.
Well, you don't have to practice a lie. You don't have to practice the truth. Those are things that just happen.
Yeah.
And I know people do both, but when you keep it, like you say, a buck, people have to respect that, whether they agree with it or not.
Yeah. True that.
And I get it. Now, what's next for you? I'm just curious.
What's next? I've always wanted to be an elementary school teacher.
Huh.
Yeah. One of the biggest influencers for me was my gym teacher, Mr. Haynes at Color Junior High. The guy wore a sweatsuit to school every day.
Oh, wow.
He had a different sweatsuit every day. I never saw that guy in slacks and a shirt. I was like, I want to be Mr. Haynes. So, and still again, coaching, I coach midget football, just being that mentor for the little homies and the little homegirls, you know what I mean?
Right.
They need some mentorship too. I had great guys in my life. I was just a knucklehead.
Yeah. Well, but the thing about it is you own it.
I own it.
Yeah. Accountability is huge with me, and I know it's huge with you.
All my fault.
Yeah. I mean, I take full credit for all the bad choices I made. I have no excuses. My parents were both school teachers with master's degrees. So what's my excuse?
Oh, man.
Yeah. So I get it. But accountability, man, I just want you to know I admire that. And I admire you for being honest with people, man, because
sooner or later, you got to come to terms with it.
Yeah.
You gotta. If you're 21, 31, 41, 81, you gotta come to terms with it.
It's never too late.
I forgot to mention one of my biggest turnarounds. You remember the mental health ABCD format in prison?
Yeah, right.
I still live by that today.
Gotcha.
It still works for me today.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean there's a lot of valuable lessons I learned in prison, and and I'd be honest with you, I've met a lot of very intelligent people in prison.
Yeah.
They just made a bad choice
Made
here
a
or
bad
there.
choice.
Yeah. Well, is there anybody you want to shout out right quick before we get ready to wrap?
Shout out to my mom, my sisters for supporting me all the time, my lovely little wife, and if I missed you, it wasn't on purpose. I'm just
Okay, that's fair enough. Well, look, I gotta ask my final question, man, before we wrap, man.
Let's do it.
Well, all the stuff you done shared with us tonight, man, I just want to know one thing. How do you get your happy on?
I get my man. I kill him with the shoulders. Rick.
Killing
them with the shoulders. I ain't moving around too much, man. I've been killing them with the shoulders for 30 years.
That's all good. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, man. And I appreciate you. We'll be right back here next Sunday night. But I always wrap my shows up the same way every week. I like the consistency of it. And it goes a lot like this. Every day you bless the saint. It's just another day in paradise. And no matter what, you got to get your happy on. Down. We'll see y'all next Sunday night. Kill it with the shoulder.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence.